Bonjour my loves, welcome back to my channel. Don't mind me, I'm trying to come up with different ways to welcome you guys back. So for today, what is our theme? We're gonna be winter. We are back to our second winter look, the one that I promised you guys I was gonna do, and I'm a little late on, but it is still cold. Even though we are in February, it is freezing even here in Florida. Well, I'm sure to a lot of other you guys what our weather here is not freezing to you, but here we are in the, let's see, it dropped down to the 30s, but then it was up in the 70s, so we are up and down and up and down, but it's cold. So this look still applies. So basically, if you guys saw my last video, or even if you didn't, which why, but it was a very glamorous winter look. It was very just chiseled, contoured, big lashes, glitter, just everything. So I wanted to provide this option for those of you that maybe don't wear that enormous amount of makeup and just want to still have something that's glam and pretty and sparkly, but more toned down and kind of more on the natural side. I really love the glam version. I also really like this natural version. I've already worn it a few times just to test it out, as I usually do, so I make sure that you guys like it. But I'm really excited about it because your skin will still feel very fresh and very dewy and very alive, but you can definitely still wear this to any special event that you guys want. So the first thing I'm gonna do, oh, by the way, hey guys, this is gonna be a talk through, so get used to hearing my voice. But the first thing I'm gonna do, as I do with every look, is I'm gonna go ahead and prep my skin. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with 2.5 primers and some chapstick. So for chapstick, I'm using this Soft Candy Lip Balm from Treat. This is the flavor Soft Candy Vanilla Buttercream, I think, but they're super yummy. As you can tell, they are jumbo chapsticks, but I've been using it for probably like a week now. I think I got it last week, and it just feels so good. It smells delicious. They're cruelty-free. They're made in the USA. Actually, they're made in Portland, Oregon, which is really cool. And I don't know, I just came across one of their ads on Instagram and I got one because I'm a lip balm addict, and they're really good, guys. So I am going to be posting on Instagram about them. I don't know if that'll be before or after this video, but if you want to know more, go look at that post. The next primer I'm going to use is this First Day Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothie Primer Moisturizer. So it says it's safe for sensitive skin, which I kind of have. This is actually a little travel size one that I got. I'm almost done with it, but I love it, and I think I am going to get the full size. This reminds me a lot, this reminds me a lot of the Too Faced Coconut Hangover Primer, but I feel like it makes my skin like even better because I really love that Too Faced primer, but I feel like the only thing it really does is hydrate my skin. So I like that this one actually does have kind of like a smoothing, softening effect, but it does also hydrate my skin. Where you at, boo? The next product I'm going to use is this Haley's Refine Prime Foundation Primer. I love this. It's basically a smoothing primer, but they're a smaller company, and I love that. I like supporting smaller companies because I feel like they're the ones that actually really care about the consumers and kind of listen to us a little more. So I really appreciate that because a lot of y'all bigger companies sometimes forget who made y'all big. So I love this company. I love this primer. I've used it before. I used it in the Glam one. I tend to only use it kind of on my nose and around my nose. If I have any left over, I'll tend to put it on my chin and forehead. And basically it just helps to like smooth out all the texture. By the way, guys, because I'm sure you guys are going to notice, I am still recovering from that same cold sore that I talked about on Instagram. It's been about 2 weeks now. It's pretty much gone, so it's safe to finally apply makeup on it, which is part of the reason why this video took so long. But I do still have that like pink mark of the skin. It does kind of heal at like how a burn would heal. So I do still have the pink skin there, but We're getting there. We're getting there. So the last kind of half primer I'm going to use is this homemade mixture. I got this idea from, I can't remember her Instagram name exactly, but I'm going to link her down below. And basically she mixes witch hazel with Himalayan salt. And then after that mixes, you spray that onto a cotton pad, cotton round, whatever you want to call it or use. And then you just apply that anywhere that you want to make sure those pores are extra nice and tight. So the same place where I put that primer is where I'm gonna dab this on. Make sure that you're just dabbing it and not sweeping it, because we don't want to wipe off those other great primers. We just want to kind of give them a boost. So on my face, I'm actually not going to be using a foundation because I want this to stay very natural, just look like my skin but better. So I'm going to use this LA Girl Pro BB Cream. It's a high definition beauty balm, and this is in the shade medium. So it says it's an all-in-one skin beautifier. It primes, moisturizes, and enhances skin, and it's paraben and fragrance free. So I'm going to put some of this on the back of my hand. And then using my Real Technique sponge, I'm just going to go ahead and apply this the same way as if it was a normal foundation. Okay, so I have it on half of my skin and not on the other half, so you can tell kind of like what it does. It adds some color, it evens out the skin tone, it does lightly hide a few things, but as you can tell, it's not really for coverage. It's more so just for like evening out the skin tone and just kind of giving you color again. And then whatever is kind of just left on my hand and on my sponge, I'm gonna apply that over my eyelids because we're not using a traditional eyeshadow. We're gonna be using a cream one. So this is just to kind of help with any discoloration. So for my eyebrows, I'm gonna use this Benefit Goof Proof brow pencil, basically. It's pretty easy to use, honestly. I'm pretty sure that's why it's called Goof Proof. But I really like it because it's one of those products I know I can count on. It has a good color. I could wear it by itself. It's pretty easy to use, like I said earlier. So because this is a more natural look, I'm not going to do the very precise brow. I'm just going to kind of fill in the last 2/3 of my brow and then just lightly maybe do a tiny bit of color here. But this is going to be kind of natural, and this is just going to be a little bit more filled in. I love how I say I'm just gonna fill it in a little bit, and in my mind I'm like, okay, just basically lined it out, you know, blah blah blah. And then I look at both my eyebrows and I'm like, a little bit's a strong word. The next product I'm going to use just to basically finish out the brows is the Benefit Gimme Brow in shade number 3. It has this teeny tiny little wand, and I'm just going to use this kind of to let my, I don't know how to describe it, feathery. I would use the word feathery. I want my brows to have more of that feathery effect, which again is just something that's going to help them look more natural. So it's really just going to help take that precise look away even more. The next product I'm going to use is from Milani. It's the Fierce Foil Eye Shine, and this is in number 3 Florence. And the color that I'm going to use is this kind of like brown shade. I love that shade. It does come with a little applicator. I think it sucks, honestly. I like to use this as like an eyeshadow topper, but today I'm actually just going to use it by itself. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my finger, and I'm going to use this brown shade because I want that dimension, but I also want it to have kind of like that pop too, that nice highlight. And then using a clean finger, I'm gonna go ahead over all of those edges. I'm not really using any eyeshadow brushes today because I just don't think they're necessary, and why go dirty a brush when you don't have to? With a clean finger, you could go ahead and dab and smooth out those edges. And then using a Q-tip, or I'm just gonna use that same cotton round from earlier, you could go ahead and just clean up those edges. Next, I'm going to go ahead and use this No Flaws Liquid Concealer from Collab Cosmetics. This is another brand that I feel like everyone is sleeping on. They are available at Sally's. I absolutely love all of their products so far. But I'm using this one in particular. It's in the shade Caramel Tawny because it's not really that much of a highlight. It's very close to my natural skin tone. So I want to use that because when you're doing a natural look and you have that like huge highlight underneath your eyes, it just totally takes away from the naturalness of it and immediately makes it look more intense. So this is a great way just to like keep that naturalness going. I am going to use just a little bit on my lip and around my nose as well to take away the redness and then the look of the cold sore. Is there. But I don't want it to look like it's there. And another thing that I'm doing is when I'm blending out my concealer, I'm not blending my concealer up right up against my lower lash line. Again, because that's just something that it'll brighten that area too much and it'll take away from the naturalness of it. So when you blend your concealer like just right there, just not all the way up to your lash line, that's another great trick to just help keep everything looking more natural, even though you have more makeup on than it looks. For powder, I'm just going to use this RCMA No-color powder. I'm going to dab a little bit of that into this dish here. I just wanted to use that one because I feel like it's just a very nice lightweight powder. So it doesn't feel too heavy because I'm not going to set my whole face. I'm just going to set the areas that I have to, which is underneath my eyes. Just very directly underneath my eyes. And my T-zone. But even my T-zone, I'm not using that much powder. I'm just kind of lightly covering that area with powder. Just to help it. I want to be dewy and stuff, but since I have oily skin, I still want to keep that under control. So I'm just lightly dusting that powder there. Next, I'm going to use this Model's Own Sculpt and Glow palette in medium to tan. And I pretty much wanted to use this one because I like that it has everything in it. It has the bronzer, the blush, the highlight. And apart from being a natural look, I just wanted this to be kind of like an easy to do look. So using this NARS Eat It brush, I'm going to go ahead and start dabbing on that bronzer. I'm not going to do too much because, again, I want this to be a natural one. I don't want this to be too contoured or anything. I'm more so doing this just to add some shape and some color to the skin. Then for blush, I'm going to go ahead and use this shade Afterglow. And by the way, those of you that really love NARS Orgasm, this is pretty much an exact dupe. Give me a minute. I'm going to go bust out NARS Orgasm and swatch them both so you guys can see. So here they both are next to each other. This one is the NARS Orgasm and this one is the one from the Model's Own palette. As you can tell, they're so incredibly similar. The only difference is the NARS one is a tad more pink, but honestly, I've worn them one on one cheek and the other on the other cheek. You can't tell the difference. Once they're on, they look exactly the same. And then we're gonna use the shade Light Up from the palette for our highlight. This is probably gonna be one of the more important steps from this whole thing because what makes a very pretty natural look is making sure that your skin looks very hydrated and dewy and glowy. So even if you're barely wearing makeup, you could honestly throw on the BB cream and some highlight and be good to go. The next thing I'm going to do isn't necessary for this look at all. It just goes along with the last thing I said about being dewy and how it looks amazing. You cannot be super dewy all over your face and then have a totally flat chest. It just does not match well. It's a totally giveaway that you're wearing tons of makeup, you know, apart from the fact that you're wearing a bunch of makeup. So I'm going to take this with my beauty sponge and I'm going to go ahead and dab this all over my chest just to help give that nice glow. You can already tell like the difference on this side. You can see it, it has dimension, and this side is like just more flat. Blah. So again, that is just a little extra step. By the way, this was the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector and liquid in Prosecco Pop. So it was one of the colors that Jaclyn Hill came out with. Again, it's just something to kind of like, you know, add that extra nice little like oomph without, you know, it's so easy. So just a little quick tip. So for mascara, I'm going to use this Essence Lash Princess False Effects mascara. I love Essence mascaras. You guys should know that by now. And this one especially just works so phenomenally in just thickening and lengthening the lashes. But since we are not going to be wearing lashes, I am going to be curling my lashes first just to make sure that I get everything out of these little babies. The next thing I'm going to do is apply my red lipstick because we all know winter means red. And this is the Makeup Forever Artist Rouge Cream in C405. I love it. It's a true red. I love the shape of their lipsticks because it's very pointy. That works especially great for me today because, don't judge me, I don't have a red lip liner. I have like every other color lip liner, but for some reason I don't have red. So works fabulous. The last thing I'm going to use is this Gerard Cosmetics Mist-ified Hydrating Facial Mist. Again, during the winter it gets very dry and your skin can look very dry, and nothing looks more beautiful than dewy skin in the dry winter. So I'm just going to bathe myself in that. I absolutely love their setting sprays, but so much comes out. Just a heads up, guys, it really does like bathe you. All right, guys, so that is it for this look. I really hope you guys like it. I love this look so much. I think it is a great natural winter look. I feel like I can wear this look anywhere, anytime. I love it. I love how healthy and dewy my skin looks. You can see how like the highlighted chest kind of adds to it too. So I love that. I just feel like during the winter, everyone gets sick, your skin gets so dry. So this is a very nice pick-me-up look. You look very healthy and dewy. Dewy's been word of the day, guys. So that's pretty much it. Again, I hope you guys really liked it. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I'm about to jump on Pinterest to figure out how I can cook tofu because I got it for tonight for the first time and I've never made it before, so we'll see. I hope it turns out okay. But that's pretty much it, guys. Again, I hope you guys love it. I hope you guys stay warm this winter, stay inside or stay outside. It's pretty nice out, not gonna lie. But yeah, I love you guys and I'll see you next time. Bye.